Hi, I'm Katrina Bullock for the Finance News Network, and joining me in the studio today, all the way from Challenger Exploration, is Managing Director and CEO Kris Knauer. Kris, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Kris, could we start with an introduction to the company?
Challenger Energy is a single asset company, has a world-class shale gas exploration play in South Africa. For the last 6 years, the company's been waiting for the South African government to award the tenure, and basically they ran out of time and money waiting, so they approached me. I'm a big Challenger shareholder already, and I've got a high-grade gold deposit in Argentina and also a world-class exploration play in Ecuador. So we're putting those two projects into Challenger, keeping the South African shale gas play, recapitalising it will raise $5 million, and also putting a new board on with South African or South American experience as well.
So copper gold assets in South America have been getting a lot of attention thanks to the success of Sol Gold.
Yes, Sol Gold has sort of got a lot of attention. It's not just Sol Gold though in Ecuador. I mean, the biggest concession holder in Ecuador is Fortescue Mining. Gina Reinhardt has just reportedly bid $200 million exploration expenditure for a block. BHP announced an $80 million farm in the other day in Ecuador. It's effectively been locked up until 6 years ago. It's the middle of the South African copper belt, and you've got all the majors scrambling for ground over there.
Wow, so you're seeing a lot of potential in the region?
A lot of potential. I mean, we sit 8 Ks from a 10 million ounce ore body.
Now, turning to some of your projects, could you tell us a little bit more, starting with Argentina?
Yeah, so Argentina, effectively it's in San Juan province in Argentina. The location's a bit like sitting between Kalgoorlie and Boulder over in WA. We've got a high-grade gold deposit. It's 644,000 ounces, about 12 grams a tonne gold, plus silver, plus zinc. Non-JORC. Having said that, when it's non-JORC, there's 150 drill holes into the project, so we know the deposit quite well. Really it's a case of the next 6 months is all about JORC resource and also scoping it out. The deposit's open in all directions. It's been locked up in a legal dispute with no work done for almost 20 years. So, our next sort of 6 months are twofold: JORC resource, and then is it much bigger than the current sort of 600,000 ounces? And if it is, basically that's okay. Nice project to put in production and generate a cash flow.
Great. And how about your projects in Ecuador?
Ecuador is the classic big company driller project play. Newmont did some scout drilling about 15, 20 years ago. Got some fantastic results, world class. 150 metres at 2.5 grams gold, a couple of 100 metres at 0.5% copper, 0.5 gram gold. These were in vertical breccia pipes that were a couple of 100 metres in diameter. Newmont were chasing open cut high grade gold, and it was never going to be that. Having said that, the Newmont personnel never went to site. The core was logged by Ecuadorian junior geos who'd never seen a porphyry system. Basically, they didn't recognise it was the top of a porphyry system. So really, we've got a world-class porphyry target there as well.
And how about Karoo Basin?
Look, Karoo was and remains a world-class asset. I know Challenger had a $50 million farming deal lined up 6 years ago when it looked like that tenement was being awarded. Unfortunately, it's politically unpopular in South Africa, the shale gas. At some point in time that will be awarded, and it's a nice problem to have. Then we work out what we do with an asset that's probably worth $50 million. So again, that is a third world-class project. I mean, that project, the US Geological Survey calculated recoverable reserves there on that concession of about 7 TCF of gas, which is sort of half of the Gorgon project, to put it into perspective. And that's from the bottom 200 metres of a 2 kilometre shale pile. And the well drilled in, I think it was 1968, that blew out, flowed at 8 million cubic feet a day out of the shales, wasn't fracked. So it's ranked as sort of in the top 10 shale gas basins in the world.
Now turning to the capital raising, how much are you looking to raise?
So we're looking to raise 5, and of course where we are is we've got Peloton Capital and Values as our co-lead brokers. So the 5 is pretty much locked away. The reason I'm chatting to you guys is we're making sure we've got the spread all locked away. So any of your clients who want a small allocation, the spread is always helpful. That's generally the biggest problem in something like this, making sure you've got those names. So we should be live hopefully today on the prospectus.
Terrific. And how many cents per share are we looking at?
3 cents per share. So we'll come on with a market cap of about $14 million. 5 we've raised, so you're talking an EV of 8. You look at our gold resources in Argentina, admittedly non-JORC. We're trading at $20 an ounce. Most other companies are trading at, with high-grade resources like that, are trading at $40 to $60 an ounce. Now you throw in Ecuador for nothing, and you throw in South Africa for nothing. So it should go well.
And where can investors go to find out more?
So our website's probably the easiest way, which is www.challengerx.com. they can approach their broker. I think most brokers should know where to get a copy of a prospectus as well, but it is on our website and feel free to download it there.
And lastly, before we let you go, any final words for investors?
We've priced it very well. It's a high quality project. We've spent $3 million in the ground over the last 12 months. So we've got a backlog of things we've just put in for assay now. Unfortunately, you don't want results before prospectus. And so there will be a lot of significant news flow within the first couple of months of listing as well, and then we'll start drilling literally within 2 months in Argentina, probably sooner.
Kris Knauer, thank you so much for the update and good luck with the raising.
Thank you very much.